every nap ends with me going, huh!
Now, back to Steiny and Guru on 95.7 The Game.
All right, it's a crossover. Dibs and Willard in the house. Coming up in 10 minutes. What's Bugging You? Sponsored by ATCO Pest Control.
Bravo.
That's right. I got to
Bravo.
I got to write down because I'll forget it. I got a good one.
It's funny you say that because, and this is not officially my What's Bugging Me, but Mark and I had this senior moment. He's only 49, but he's getting there. What's bugging me is the fact that I think about what's bugging me on Wednesday, and come Friday, I don't remember what's bugging me anymore.
Wow. Well, part of it is maybe this is miscast that we're doing it on Friday because we all come in here in a great mood.
Sure.
Because it's Friday, and then I'm like, okay, what were those 28 things that bugged me Monday through Thursday? And I can't think of any of them. I'm wiped clean. I'm in a great mood.
Right, there you go.
You guys are part of the reason why, too. You've had a great show today.
It's been fantastic, yeah.
Now, I don't know how to take that, Willard.
Yeah,
what happened yesterday?
No.
I was driving, but I would have texted you. Your Summerall's a 2. I mean, the show's been great.
Rice.
No, but you caught the essence.
Did you like my Do Summerall? Do Summerall?
That was funny, too.
Okay, thank you.
That was funny, too.
The third time you did it was a little mean.
What about his Bill Walton, though?
Are we going to go segment by segment? I really just wanted to say I've enjoyed listening to you today.
But give him
I
your
didn't
Bill
want to go over every
So you didn't hear my Bill Walton
because we got Larry's
Your Bill
Dr.
Walton story was
Phil,
incredible.
Kapler with Willard.
You're anti-Dickie V, though.
That was
That's
whack.
tough.
I was upset.
That's a tough
He's
opinion.
a great guy. I've met Dickie Vitale.
But the whole broadcasting thing that you guys were doing, that's what kept resonating in my head when everyone will be like, that guy or that girl, Doris Burke, that person's really good. And I'm like, what does that mean? That means you enjoy them. I promise you, both of our shows have 1,000 or more people out there who think we suck.
Right. I'll go 2,000.
Loud.
Yes.
Well, let's not go 2.
We're not doing 2.
But there's also thousands of people who think this is the best station and the best shows in the Bay.
Millions.
And it's your favorite guys. We get a call, right? How many calls do you get every day?
That's true.
You guys are my favorite show. Yeah. I listen to you every day. So what does good mean? We're here. I would say this to the listeners.
They're there.
We're here.
Thank
you. Therefore, we're good.
Jonathan.
Right. We're good at this. Now, you may think we may not be your cup of tea, but we're good at this, or else we wouldn't be here. And there is a lot more to this than you think there is.
No doubt about it.
Okay?
Steiny pointed that out.
So that goes to Fitz and Buki. And
I love them, man.
And I heard Mark Ibanez call the morning show about it. And it goes to everybody. Like, we're here, so we're good at this. But we may not be your jam. And we're completely comfortable with that. That goes for everybody.
I'm with you, Willard.
It goes for everybody.
Yeah, I think of it as the Beatles, for example. It's an old band, kids. The Beatles.
I love the young people.
The Beatles, many people feel, is the greatest band of all time. They've got an inordinate number of hits. And I acknowledge they're among the greatest bands of all time. They're just not my cup of tea.
Not your jam.
They're okay.
My dad does not like Elvis.
They're okay. So Guru and I feel like I feel like Guru and I are the
shaking
Beatles.
And gyrating.
We're like the Beatles.
Well, that is more kind of a. Well, I'm not going to get into it, but anyway, not a fan.
Yeah,
but we'll just leave it there.
What I love, and I'm a romantic, sports romantic. The medium that is doing the games, guys, is as important as the players on the court to me. If you're locked in Summerall, Madden, Willard, I'll watch that game 4 or 5 times, predicated on just how good their dialogue was, and the game was fantastic. The NFC Championship game in Seattle years ago with Richard Sherman, he tipped the pass and Cap threw the interception.
Don't remind me.
Aikman and Joe Buck it was. Go back and listen to that audio. I can go to sleep to
it.
But the whole game, they brought their part. They did their part, man. It means Bob Costas doing baseball back in the day.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You guys have fallen for the schnooker.
What's the schnooker?
I got schnooker?
He actually has you guys believing that he rewatches games just for the announcers.
Oh, my. The game's got to be good, too, Willard.
How dare you?
Wow, that hurt.
I'm sorry. I'll see you at the bar in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, but, God, I mean what I say. It's incredible.
I said what I said.
Announcers matter.
I actually wake up in the morning and go, I wonder what Goo does outside of 10 to 2. Like, I find him to be and Steiny, I may not want to know. So, theater of the mind, as you said earlier.
Put it this way.
I'm going to allow for all kinds of possibilities.
I love moments, and I like running them back.
Yeah, great.
That's how you stay. I like it, Dibs.
I love it. And I get probably not a call a week, but maybe every couple of weeks, he and I will touch base in off hours. And so I do get a window into the Goo, and I love it. And it's exactly.
But you don't know if he's telling you the truth.
I have a pretty good idea that he's telling me the truth.
He might be, I'm at the bank right now, and he might be robbing the bank right now.
Wow.
You don't know.
I'm pretty sure he's not at the bank.
Jail, Will.
I don't know if you guys mentioned this guy, but it's something that, and I was going to say to Lucas, Lucas, I'd love for you to book him for me. But that's kind of a laughable thing. But
I didn't like that.
That's the best joke you've told.
Thank you.
Damn.
He's not even in there. To me, one of the best guys to ever do it, who's still doing it, is Hubie Brown.
Oh, man.
And I would love to have a conversation with Hubie, who's got to be Steiny 87.
I think 90.
Oh.
He's north of 85, I want to say.
Good Lord.
But even now, when you listen to Hubie call a game,
incredible.
You learn.
No doubt.
And it's partly his voice that I love, and 89. Oh, no, he's 90.
90.
Izzo.
In fact, he's about 3 months away from 91.
Wow. I just, even now.
Chalk one up for the
You want to
Goo.
talk about still sharp? He's still sharp, and I love the way he does it.
I'm not going to argue that
incredible.
I'm not going to argue that there isn't different. Like, obviously, there's in every industry, there's good, there's great, there's whatever. But more than anything, he's your cup of tea. I enjoy him too.
Yeah.
But like I know you, and he's your cup of tea.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's great.
He's informative, and he's not afraid to, I don't know about rip a guy, but he will be critical if, somebody needs to be criticized.
He is the polar opposite of the Yankee guy. Exactly.
It's a wonderful day with the
Do you
home
think
run.
John Sterling is great?
No, he stinks.
Okay.
Not your cup of tea.
he
In his heyday, he was great.
I just broke my rule of not criticizing somebody
you
in the
did it.
business.
He's actually phenomenal.
No doubt about it,
But
Willard.
he's not your thing.
I don't know anything about him other than his muffed calls, and
He's a legend,
now I
Will.
pretend to not like him.
Well, right. I
He
mean,
lost his fastball. He's a legend.
we know who he is.
Okay, no doubt.
That's all you need to know.
Right.
Like, guy, how long did he do the Yankees?
Oh, my gosh.
114 years?
Something like that.
I mean, whatever. Like, amazing.
Yep.
It's incredible.
We had a Bill Walton line, and I'm mad at Steiny. I was going to let you know at the cafeteria. Bill Walton in the 96 finals, Bull Sonics, he said Hersey Hawkins was not guarding Jordan with any imagination. But think about that is theater of the mind. That's what it takes to guard Mike.
I'm trying to tell you that I listened to the whole show today. You went right to Eric Piatkowski right after that. I heard the whole show today.
You probably worked with Pike.
I did not.
When he was a Clipper.
No, well, what years was he on the team?
Oh, boy.
I might have been in the locker room interviewing him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I bet you overlapped with him. There's no doubt we did.
That feels like an
Was
02 to 05.
Was he on the Darius Miles? Like, was he?
That was Clinton Richardson. But Darius Miles might have done it too.
Oh, no, Darius Miles definitely did it.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, but was Piatkowski on that team?
Piatkowski quietly, I think, played like 7 or 8 years with the Clippers.
He's 53 years old now.
Holy cow.
Nebraska.
He played for the Clips from 94 to 03.
Yeah. Okay.
I got there in L.A. Geez, he might have had 1 year left. Like,
He's one of the longest tenured Clippers, I think, maybe in history, if you look it up.
Michael Cage has got to be up there.
10 years is a long time.
He had to Jerry
for the Clippers?
Yeah, especially back then.
I don't even know if the organization's been around for 10 years.
Random before. Go ahead, Stan.
Yeah, you get down to L.A. Have you seen have you driven by the new place where the Clippers are going to play? Where's
By the old Forum.
Where is it exactly? Is that the old Forum?
Right next to
I didn't know
near
that.
it. It's Inglewood and down there.
Up to no good.
Yeah, no, I have not. I did not put it this way. I did drive down there just a few weeks ago. I did not notice it. However, somebody who lives down there who I was talking to just last week said that it's really starting to take shape. You can see it now from all the
renderings,
the 48 freeways.
And I thought they knocked the form down. I guess they're keeping it there. Like a silhouette of the
I don't think
form.
they knocked it down.
I thought they did. My buddy
It's at
Kane
Hollywood Park,
drove.
right?
They're still
Yes,
putting.
They got like a little.
Well, they still have concerts and
Yeah,
stuff there. Yeah,
well, you're right.
They're still filling the
A
forum.
lot of church events at the Forum.
They also have
Yeah.
they sell Halloween stuff in October at the Forum.
Wow.
You know what they use the parking
What's
lot?
that called? You know,
Are
they-
you playing
the
or
Halloween store?
Oh,
No, they do it at the old Warriors
Yeah.
Arena. You know, it's
Oh,
like a
okay,
sign
got you.
that's
Right.
something.
Haunted
there's
house.
yeah, like a
there's
banner. They
There's a
just
big
put a banner.
space.
Oh,
that
well,
we
I'm
can
trying to
fill.
get
it's a
to you.
Halloween pop-up.
Are you
yeah.
ready?
Exactly,
Why is
exactly.
NBC trying to buy the NBA and Barkley was on with Dan Patrick?
No, I know.
Like, this-
I heard
this
the
kid-
whole
okay.
show. I know.
Are you ready for Barkley and Kenny to be gone and Shaq?
No, it's
I'm not
probably-
either, but
it might be.
It could happen today.
Is there anything in our lifetimes, sports media, sports television, that beats that? More iconic?
Dibs, I got to say no to
Maybe
me.
Monday Night Football.
Yeah, Monday
but
Night
even
Football.
now, with all
Hey.
the different iterations, if I quizzed the room and asked you who the Monday Night Football crew, the broadcasting
I'd
crew
have
is,
them. Yeah.
Well,
And-
we would.
Well, I thought
Yeah.
about it on the walk in today, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's Buck and Aikman." Joe Buck is on ESPN.
oh, yeah,
You're
I
talking
thought
about
you the
now.
original.
Now.
Yeah,
I thought you meant the co-cell.
Yeah,
No,
me
no,
too.
no. But if I asked you,
Yeah.
Don Meredith,
Turn
off
Danny
the
Don-
lights.
if I asked you who the last
over.
like 3 or 4 crews were who were on
Dennis
air,
Smith.
I mean, you got a Steve Levy in there, and a
Miller.
Lewis Riddick, and you got
Dennis Smith.
so. I mean, to that point,
You know I mean.
inside the NBA, the only thing they've done
my
different was
gosh.
add Shaq, and that's been quietly about 12
wild.
years now.
Y'all ever seen Kevin Hart's spoof of Inside the NBA
Yes, dude.
where he
With the-
does all 4 characters?
Oh no!
It is great.
My God.
Steiny ain't a big Kevin Hart fan, but that's some of his best
when
work.
he walks to the back screen like Kenny Smith with all pigeon-toed, I lose it every time.
You gotta watch it.
I've watched it 100 times. I lose it every
Dude,
time.
it's pretty damn
Oh,
good.
my
Hey,
God.
Barkley beat Kenny Smith last week.
No.
Yes,
On what?
he did.
On what?
To the board. He beat him.
I didn't see that. How did I miss that?
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM and HD1 San Francisco, an Odyssey Sports station, always live on the free Odyssey app, Twitch and YouTube, powered by First NorCal Credit Union. Upgrade your savings dividend. Open a First NorCal first-class money market today. Yeah, he beat him. They showed replay after replay. And
And Kenny fell earlier this week too. He
Yeah,
he
is
Is that
stumbled
an
over the
awkward
steps.
walk or
Yeah.
what? It looked like his
Totally.
knees are going to
that's going to happen more frequently.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope TNT wins this contract just so we can watch them do this
Yeah,
when they're
man,
70.
Man.
My God. It's
And
only
Ernie's
gonna get
second
better.
to none, but who would the new Ernie be? Because they're going to try to do this. Or would they bring Barkley over?
You can't replicate.
Okay, all right.
One thing, and it's funny we're talking about this. A buddy of mine who's, whatever, is successful in entertainment. No, this was advice.
Okay.
This was advice I got long time ago when I had a contract not renewed somewhere.
Ooh.
And he goes, don't go out trying to replicate what you just did. It won't work.
Why?
Because it never does.
You got to reinvent. You got to move on.
That's
Damn.
right. Like don't go try to copycat, try to recreate, go do the exact same thing, which is it's our first thought every time. You're like, I liked what I was doing. Why do I have to stop?
Wow.
Now let's go find a different station to do the exact same thing or whatever. It's like, no, do not try to replicate.
Man.
Just go with where the wave takes you. And if NBC wins this thing, that'll be my first piece of
I
advice.
wonder why
to
they
them.
want it back in.
All right, it's time for the What's Bugging You segment,
There you go.
sponsored by ATCO Pest Control.
Mother.
It is the What's Bugging You segment. I'll tell you what, I'll start us off.
Go ahead.
And I got to be careful here.
You better be careful.
You really
You know what's
don't.
bugging me is the big board. The big boards. And here's what a big board is. It's a company that's got a sales
We're all
department.
looking around.
It's a company that's got a sales
There's
department.
a big board right behind him.
And there's a monitor, and it shows you the statistics of everybody in sales and what they've done over the quarter. And I don't know.
I lived for it.
What
when
are
I was
you
in
getting
sales.
at, Steiny?
I don't like putting the scoreboard
Yeah.
out there like
Nah,
that.
that's what they
And
live for.
Like boy, like some people, it's like
you love it when you're up and hate it when you're down.
You're coaching one way, and sometimes I feel like you got to coach everybody different.
It made you uncomfortable seeing some people.
It made me uncomfortable. Look, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I would just like to say coffee is for everybody. It's not just for closers. And you're right. That it is a bit of an archaic motivational style.
But they sign up for that, though. Everybody in there,
do they?
But that's why
I think
the closest thing to sports for me, Willard. And when I was down,
I think if you're a salesperson, you've got to accept that may happen.
Oh, you got to know it's going to happen.
He's the sales guy.
Yeah, no doubt.
You notice that none of them, Dibs, have any hair. The whole sales staff.
Megan?
Hairless.
Well, Ethan.
Sorry to the females. But
Ethan.
Right. Well, anyway, I'm just saying. Yeah, exactly. He'll get there.
Also, Miles. He's got hair. Crawford. Back.
Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah. I tell you what, if you don't like the board, then get on the board.
Wow, there's no doubt.
That's definitely a part of the deal.
There's no doubt. It's one
and
of those.
We have the board and like, hey, here's your top 10. And you're looking, it's like, ooh, page 2. And then you get to page 2 and you get like 11 through 16. It's like, damn,
gosh.
I couldn't even make
bringing back
Not
memories.
only am I not number 1 or top 3, I'm not even on page 1.
Dude.
That's tough. That's tough, bro. Yeah.
I'll go. I'm about safety, and I've just had enough with what I see on 880, 580, and 980. You cannot make these cars that look like picnic baskets that are so little, and I worry about if they got an fender bender. Like if I got in the car, I'm already in the trunk. These cars are being made. I'm seeing them more, and I'm just worried about everybody.
A picnic
you need
basket?
some steel and chrome, a buffer. So if you get in an accident, you're not just Have you seen these little
I believe
cars?
you're talking about smart cars.
No, they're not.
Mini
Mini
Cooper.
Cooper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what are we doing? I saw a lady on the way today, and I'm like, if you get a flat, you might be gone.
Do you know how easy it is to park those cars?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, take that. But what about my livelihood if I get in an accident or, God
That's
willing,
trouble.
it's not my fault? I'm worried.
What's
man.
your current MPG in the caddy?
No, seriously, 24.5.
You liar.
I'm on the road. I go a long way, so it's better. 24.5.
Guru,
I got a 2019.
It's 5.3.
On the highway?
That 5 miles
on the
a
highway,
gallon.
24.5.
Since you've been on the air, your car's burned a gallon. Just in park. I'm rolling at 40 flat, and I got a Honda Fit.
But I get you. But what about
It's a
if you get into
four-door.
an accident? These cars are like really picnic baskets, Willard.
Hey, boo-boo.
You're done. And I don't want that.
Well, I mean, maybe that's why Dibs picked that car. He seems to seek out accidents on the
Incorrect.
freeway whenever possible.
I don't seek out accidents.
You do.
What I seek out is controversy
Yeah, there
and
you go.
interaction.
There you go.
And so far, your boy's undefeated
Oh.
on flipping the bird, honking the horn, and even occasionally stepping out and flexing on people.
Yeah, lay off the horn in these Bay Area roadways.
Undefeated. I'm like Floyd Mayweather when it comes to road rage.
Or stuck in Dubai.
Well, then you should go last. I'll go next. April is gone, and I would like to pay homage. This is what's bugging me. The IRS. That's who's bugging me. The IRS. Not because of anything that happened this year, not because of anything 2023. And I get it. This is a massive organization, and good God, they've never recovered from COVID, and I'm sure they never will.
They're a gang.
But if your 2022 thing had a, like, and it wasn't my mistake, there was a, like an error.
Yeah.
And it's been rectified. And I have called no less than 8 times. Each time you have to dedicate at least a full hour just to get the person. And every time they're like, yeah, no, we've got your thing. We see it. We're processing it. I'm like, how long are you going to process this? Because meantime, you're still going to get your threatening auto-generated letters. You owe $713,000 by tomorrow. And then you call and they're like, yeah, you can ignore those. I'm like, they're kind of hard to ignore. They're a little frightening.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe someday it'll be over.
And the time that you take on that call to get through to get that answer.
Do you know what I could get? I could save the world in the time that I'm on the hold with the IRS.
Or at least do some show prep.
No doubt.
What the hell is that?
For me, and this is maybe too broad for the bit, but it's burglary. Burglary is bugging me, and it's not just the simple thing about when you lose stuff. It's what it does to the people who aren't necessarily the primary victims. We had a neighbor who got burgled over the weekend. Home.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, the burglar knew that our neighbors were out of town, so they went in the back door, grabbed the safe, grabbed the jewelry, and left. And didn't affect me directly, but now we got to get cameras.
Oh, no doubt,
get alarms,
no doubt.
Now we're on alert. And the other day I was going to CVS here in the city. I had to get, it was a medication sensation.
Yeah.
I had to pick something up, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to get a Diet Mountain Dew. I haven't had one in about 3 years. I'm going to get a Diet Dew to treat myself. I'm on this diet, and I haven't been drinking soda. I'm going to get a Diet Dew. So I walk up to the case, and it's locked. So now I got to go find somebody to help me unlock the cooler so that I can reach in and get a soda. And you know why? It's because of burglary. Okay. And I don't fault the CVS and all the good people in San Francisco. I love this city, but they are so beset by crime that anytime you want to go anywhere, you got to get help now. Like you're some sort of feeble 4-year-old. Can you please help me get a soda? Because they're getting burgled. So forget even like the fact that your car's been broken into, Steiny, probably 7 times since I've known you. And, you know, that whole thing. I was thinking about going to Oakland for lunch yesterday on the drive in, but I was like, you know what? I got my backpack. I don't want my car getting broken into. The very thought that creeps into my mind, it bums me out.
You got to take everything in. I take my bag with me everywhere I go,
and I should.
And I've left
leave
the
your windows down.
I've left this bag in the car twice in the last 3 years. It got burglared both times.
Burglarized.
I've left the bag at a bar 5 times in the last year.
Oh, what happened?
It's always been safe and sound.
They've got it waiting for you when you get back.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Dibs, inside job?
We think so.
Okay.
Yeah, we think so. And I don't want to get too deep in the
I hear
weeds.
you. That
but
bothers me, man.
It may have been connected to the fact that they had a dog sitter, and so maybe the dog sitter alerted the burglars. Hey, so there's a whole scheme there. But burglary,
I got you.
I mean,
I'm on a Ring camera, and my wife's like, I don't live my life on Ring. I'm like, do you know the neighbors, somebody went and stole their mail? Like, it's porch pirates. It's happening. Oh, they're 5 miles away from us, but I stay on there like, people will take anything, man.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all.
All right. Well, listen, you guys have a great weekend, the whole Bay. I wish a wonderful weekend and we'll come back on Monday and then do it all over again. But, of course, it'll be a shorter week for me.
Oh, yeah.
That's exciting.
Are you going to Gamble Sands?
Yeah,
I'm so jealous.
Going where?
Gamble Sands, Washington.
I was almost out.
I was almost out. Pulling me back in. It's a wonderful emerging golf destination in eastern Washington.
You were building.
I went there during the pandemic, drove 15-hour drive.
Oh, wow.
Went through Yakima, which is
Yakima.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
God.
home of COVID at that time.
Dude, I really stomping ground.
Can I tell you about Yakima?
Do you know
for a minute?
stomping is STAMP?
It's called stamping ground.
Thank you.
Yeah, but nobody would say that. You'd be like, "Why did you say that?"
All right.
Yeah.
You're flying into Spokane.
That's correct.
And then you're about an hour and a half.
I don't
drive.
want to give you my itinerary
real
now.
quick,
I'll give it to you
let me
later.
just
Just one piece of advice.
Yeah, okay.
Make sure you spend copious amounts of time on the 18-hole putting green that overlooks the river.
We're having a putting contest on Friday night.
It is.
Wait a minute, you're in Spokane or
spectacular.
Yakima?
Spokane.
Let me get this off.
No, they're in Gamble Sands.
You can go.
Yeah, but
No.
Chances are I've heard it before.
No, Bonte hooked me up. I'm going with the Monday to
You're
the
going to
Bay
just
Area
ask
Hall of
him a
Fame
question
ceremony.
you asked me.
Any advice? Because I'm just going as
take a shower.
I'm excited. I'm going.
Yeah.
Wear a suit and press
No
the
doubt.
flesh.
Okay, there you
meet
go.
everybody
All right,
that you
there-
possibly can meet.
Because it hit me last year that I go, why does that thing get more run? And Bonte was like, next year you go. And he remembered. And I said, you know what? I'm going.
Beautiful.
Just make sure you
Nice.
go up to one of the great athletes in Bay Area history, Chris Wondolowski,
Okay.
who's
All right.
going in.
All right.
And let Wando know. Just don't affiliate with Steiny because Steiny's a hater.
Bring up the World Cup.
You're gonna want to.
You don't even know who they played and what happened.
You're gonna want to
Brazil.
listen. You're gonna want to listen to the show today. We're gonna do 4
getting
hours
away.
on what if awful announcing rated Bay Area talk shows.
I love to listen
Wow.
to
Yeah.
talk
There you
about
go.
me
Yeah.
on 95.7.